It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are at the next best thing to a Friday. Just blowing through this week like we ain't got no tomorrow to worry about or anything. But we still got our same great sponsors to talk about, including ProMed Ambulance Service.
Give them good folks a call at 1-800-634-0436. Serving Randolph, Lawrence, Ashley, Union, Dallas, and Calhoun County. Tell them Uncle John and Kelly sent you.
Also, Sherwin-Williams House Paint. Man, Greg Bradshaw's the manager down there. Go in and say, Uncle John and Kelly sent me down here. What kind of discount can I get? He's like, I'll charge you extra to get out of here right now. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Greg's a good guy. He'll hook you up with all the house paint that you might need at 315 Jefferson Street. Go by and see that man.
And J.J. Lindsay down at the Shopper's Guide. If you got any stationery needs, any printing needs, if you need some signs, if you got any kind of ink you need splattered on something, go down there and see JJ and tell him Uncle John and Kelly sent you. He made up some business cards for us that are top of the line. Go down there and see him and tell him we sent you.
And he'll even double check, make sure everything's spelled correctly for you and everything. And last but certainly not least, you want to catch up with our podcast. You can find us on Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, any place you can get podcast, including YouTube and our very own Facebook page with Yes Radio Works. So what you want to talk about here today on a Thursday, John?
Well, today, February the 2nd, is my brother-in-law, Mark Perry.
Hey.
I believe he's 64 today.
64 years young.
I believe he's 64 today. Want to wish him a happy birthday. He is a maintenance supervisor out at Lockheed Martin. Married to my sweet sister-in-law, Aunt Ree. And just a top-notch good guy, good brother-in-law. Think the world of him. Want to wish him happy birthday. And I want to wish a happy heavenly birthday to my first little girlfriend, Miss Lisa Ann Gillespie. Met her in 1974 when I was 14. Her grandparents lived in Chittister. Her dad was from Chittister and moved to Houston in the 50s. And her mother was from Wheeling Springs. And met her when I was 14 years old. She had the prettiest head of red hair you ever saw in your life. And we fell instantly and madly in love, you know.
There you go.
In the days before the internet and, you know, before Instagram and before texting and before cell phones and all that, you know, there was love letters.
Absolutely. At 14 years old, you probably already had a beard down to the middle of your chest, didn't you?
Well, I had hair halfway down my back.
Well, there you go.
But, you know, I don't remember how much stamps were then. But I know I used 2 or 3 a week, you know. We both did. Fell madly in love. And of course, you know, she would come every summer. 2 years later, she was with me when my daddy died and went to the funeral and sat with me and held my hand and you know, and then we remained close. And, you know, you get older and you drift apart. Things change. She got married to somebody else. I got married to somebody else. But we stayed close. We stayed friends. We stayed in touch. I will love her till the day I die. Just a sweet little old girl. You know, she had some demons, like a lot of people do, and you know they ended up contributing to her early death. But she was a wonderful, wonderful girl that just made the flowers grow wherever she stood. You know.
There you go.
When she passed away about 4 years ago, my best friend Randy and I, her whole family came. She has 2 daughters and 2 granddaughters. Her mother's still alive, and her sister. They came and we interred her ashes up at Rose Hill Cemetery close to Wheeling, there by our grandparents, and Randy and I set her tombstone. And every time I'm up that way, I've got kinfolks buried in the same cemetery. I'll always stop and sometimes I have a drink of wine with her there, you know.
Pay the respects.
We loved that Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill wine in the summers of 74, 75, and 76. and I will forever be in love with that red hair. And I think about her regular. I still got plenty of pictures of her. The first little old girl, that gives you butterflies.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, I mean, you never know. She don't move to Houston. It might not just be remember when. It might have been what could have been.
Well, it almost was, but it didn't work out that way. But
there you go.
But at least we stayed close. We remained close friends, and I will love her till the day I die. And heavenly happy birthday to you, Lisa Ann, and I think about you every day.
There you go. Memories that certainly both bless and burn. Hey, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today, but we'll be right back here tomorrow for Top Tune Friday. We'll see you then, Johnny.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.